Alright guys, this is gonna be it. We do have here on the top left of side delta our blue Terran player Ryung, and in the bottom right we do have our red player Epic. Hello shield battery. That. Okay, so of course all these points here tonight are gonna award into the EPT points, the standings for the road to Riyadh, the World Championship, later down this year in August. And we do have so many qualified players already standing there, and I think it's really the points, the scramble for the last points, it's more it's a very simple thing basically, and I want to say it's only about a few players from China, 3 players who do have a chance of getting basically a direct qualification seat there for the big playoffs in August. And then there's going to be another qualifier for the World Championship, which will be played next month in July, and it's gonna be 6th and 7th of July, I think. So, and there will be gonna be 2 slots. So it's gonna be a total of 18 players. We do have 16 players being qualified right now through those standings. And it looks a little bit weird because there's max packs in there, and they have already set it up like if max packs declines, like he always does things. So it looks a little bit weird, but yeah. Okay, let's check out what's happening in this game here. We do have a Reaper coming in and an SCV to tank some damage here. Well done by Epic. It's gonna push Ryung back a little bit. It's gonna lose the SCV though now, and yeah, this one in Marine gonna be totally fine here. And those two have a little bit of history, so apparently they did match up in Dallas as well. Oh my god, Epic did lose his first... No, wait, he didn't lose the Reaper. He only lost the SCV. Okay, so he's fine. Sorry. So they apparently did play in Dallas. Let me catch my breath. And what had happened there was Epic completely get wrecked by Ryung. And it's not a big surprise because Ryung is a very good EVT, specifically specialist. And his practice partner is Maru in TV. So yes, it's a thing, you know. Apparently those two strategize a lot, and Ryung is kind of the brain behind a lot of the builds that Maru is using. Specifically for TVT, that can say a lot, because TVT is one of the matchups with the trickiest small move outs in the early game. Tonight we do have a very good show up here, a good lineup. We do have a ton of strong players. We do have a good, very good Zerg players. We do have very good Protoss players. We do have very good Terran players as well. Only we would have Clem maybe would have been making this possibly a tiny bit better then. Oh, this is a cool run by here. Man, that tank. He was a move command there. There we go. Takes out the Reaper. Full scout there for Ryung though, so beautiful done here. He knows exactly what's coming his way, at least what's possibly coming his way. He get his scout on all of the units. He knows there's a tank, there's a Cyclone. He knows there's a Medivac. And he knows what to do, so set up his tanks, set up his main force. Gonna have a second tank here in just a second, and let's see, it's gonna be on the high ground. An Epic, I like this. He's not gonna commit. Maybe just gonna poke the front, see if he can pick off any stray units there, if he can delay the third command center from landing. He does not have a third behind this though. So Epic is playing a very kind of so what he's doing most of the time is playing a little bit more of a defensive style. This time he's gonna go in with his Medivac and the Cyclone. I want to say there's not a chance that he's gonna find anything. There we go. He's already falling out with a Medivac there. Ryung was in position. Well done by Ryung here. And yeah, kudos to Epic not to basically just throw it at him and try to force anything there. The issue though is, of course, he's behind the command center now. There is a third CC already done here for Ryung, and Epic, well, he hasn't even started his. So he's gonna fall behind in the next whatever couple minutes, and by quite a bit. And the issue is he kind of opened with a build that is, well, safe against any 2 base shenanigans, because you have a lot of units yourself, but he also kind of, well, he didn't deal damage really. I mean, he's gonna kill 1 SCV now and that's gonna be it. But he didn't really deal any damage to Ryung, which means, well, with all of his units he invested into right now, he can't do anything, so he's gonna fall behind in the mid game here. With Ryung investing into his economy a little bit stronger, he's gonna have a boost there now. He's already up almost 10 workers here. And the infrastructure finishing up now is gonna help him propel his army into a very good position to match the ones of Epic. Reaper did see the CC landing there. That's a good scout. He knows the timing on that one. I mean, if you can kill anything for free, it's gonna be perfectly fine. Okay, so Ryung is kind of... I did not see it happening, but I knew what happened here. This Raven is very low in energy. He did hit his own Ravens with an anti-armor missile there, accidentally. This is a typical Ryung move, if I've ever seen one. Yeah, like, you look at things that are happening, and then you miss the thing that should not happen at all anyways. But yeah, let's have a look at what we're seeing here right now. We do have kind of equal numbers on everything but the Ravens. Remember though, this one is out of energy because he not interference basics. He anti-armor missiled himself there. Okay, he's gonna have 1 missile here now. And killing off the sensor turret is gonna be a nice pick-off. Epic is gonna be very kind of defensive. Oh wow, getting a random Cyclone there. Good. So he's gonna not commit. He's gonna shark around here and gonna see whatever he can pick off, like the Cyclone, like the sensor turret, which is free. It's free damage, right? Now he might commit here, catching Ryung a little bit out of position. He's gonna snipe 2 of the Ravens, all 3 Ravens, but 3 spells go down there. The Raven from Epic is gonna get some auto turrets down there, and the Marine fight did not go Epic's way, it seems. Now the Marines do drop on top of these tanks, and they should be enough here, but maybe those 4 Marines for Epic were actually enough to defend those dropping ones. And Ryung maybe a little bit overcommitting there with these Marines. So the funny thing is he has 4 medivacs or 5 medivacs, right? If he has them, and he had those Marines stacked into 2 medivacs, if he has them split more, then he unloads more at once, and then he probably crushes that tank line. But as things were, he did not have it that way, and now he did lose all of his Marine force there. We're also looking at 2 tanks to 5, so this is a very good spot here for Epic right now. He's down in the Marine department, but he does have the better tech units. Those are very low though, so all of these tanks are kind of at half health. And we finally do have our first Vikings. Ryung going for the air superiority. This is going to be very good for spotting, but Epic did move in position. He does see with a tank here. He can shell at this command center, and he's going into 4th base behind this. He does have a good transition going on at home here. I just kill this command center. Ryung needs to lift this. This repair is not going to be enough. And this is so expensive to just keep repairing this one. Gonna try to circumvent Epic here. Gonna come from the side. Finally lifting that CC. 1 Viking almost runs into death, but did pull back just in time here, trying to commit And Ryung a little bit into a corner here. It's gonna lose a ton of SCVs. Those are still repairing this. You see, things are really falling apart here from beyond. Very well execution here for Epic currently. And he's eking out a big lead for himself right now. We see he's still rallying to the front. He has his 4th CC behind this. The 3rd CC, excuse me for the misclick there, a little bit off center, is well up and mining. We do see the Viking transition coming in here. First couple of Vikings are being queued right now. So a lot of good things here going on for Epic, and this might just be the revenge match he can take here. Ryung trying to relocate, so I don't hate this here. He's gonna go over to the left side, try to keep his base mining, but yeah, if he's outmined so vastly, even though he's at the same SCV count kind of. I want to say, let's take a look at the income, but we are not hosted with a mod, but we can have a look at this. So it's 1,700 to 2,500 here, which is a big difference. And 2-2 is already done for Ryung though. Epic needs to be a little bit careful. If he fights now with 2-2 done for Ryung, he might just have a bad time. 1-1 only on his Marines. And he's gonna lose both of these medics. Oh my god, this might have been a little bit of an overstep here. Ryung trying to find any counter damage now. And this 3rd, it's exposed. There's nothing here. Remember, everything's on the front line right now. Epic is trying to make anything work. He's throwing the kitchen sink. Oh, catching 2 Liberators even. Rallying over there. Gonna kill a ton of SCVs. Gonna kill this base. There's no recourse, no chance of evacuation there for the command center. It's gonna try and drop into the main base here. But Marines luckily, popped out at the right time. Is gonna kill off this one medevac. It had like 6 Marines or something still inside, so huge supply dump there for Ryung at this point. And so this is 2-2 against 1-1 Marines with medevacs. Be careful. He's just gonna be able to take this out. These Marines were still fighting here with the tanks. Everything kind of got pulled back, and now Ryung is on the counterattack. He manages to stay alive. He just has the Vikings in the perfect moment. The Epic maybe a little bit over-eager to try to transition into Liberators too fast. He did not have Viking support. And Ryung's Viking support came in at the perfect time. The Liberator investment didn't do anything for Epic there. And that was a lot of money. Remember, that was at least 4 Liberators that we saw die. There we go. It's what? I don't even want to do the math, man. It's so many minerals and gas. It's so much money. Ryung does know about this base, but he decides to try to go for the killing move here. If we can get onto the production and kill everything as it pops out, well, then Epic is in a pickle. Because he needs to fight with his army and his SCVs eventually. He's gonna try to break the siege line down here. And he should succeed. But at what cost, of course, at what cost? He's also gonna lose a ton of production. We see barracks burning here already. One going down, second one going down, a couple of Vikings also going down. So many things are just dying inside the base of Epic. And the second wave is on the way. Wow. 3-3 also on the way here for Ryung. Epic, of course, does not have the money to currently click that upgrade. Finally, he's gonna clean up his main base. He does have, luckily, a 5th CC, actually. I wonder when he made that one. So he's gonna retake his 3rd base. But he might just get caught with his pants down here right now. Getting caught kind of unsieged. And this might just be the last coffin. Sorry, the last nail in the coffin. Not the last coffin in the nail. There we go. GG, well played. Ryung takes game number 1. But what a nice TVT, man. This is the TVT I'd like to see. And this is exactly what I was expecting. Wow. Hey, Ghost a thing in this matchup? EMP Raven, not usually, but yes, Ghost Tech used for nuke. Ghosts are not used as much, of course, because, well, the biggest ability for them would be Snipe. Which only affects biological units, of course, so there is no high value targets for biological units. I mean, imagine ghosts sniping ghosts, right? It would be a little bit weird. Why would you make them? They do not outrage tanks, they do not help against any line units really that much. So, not as much. They used to be. So, funnily enough, there was a meta with a different patch, to be fair. But there was a meta where it was all about mass ravens, and then there used to be those ghost, like one medevac, one ghost. Just try to speed boost them into the clump of ravens and EMP all of them. So this used to be a thing, but it is not currently. So they had their space, but right now there's not really a thing where they're in the investment. The matchup is a little bit too volatile for ghost usage right now. Yeah, we do have Dynasty, which is a funny map. I like it. Top right. We have Epic down one map, but actually fought very well in the last game, almost taking the W there. In the end though, this man managed to clinch the win. It is Ryung, bottom left. And the winner does play against Solar, so that's your reward if you win this round. You will match up against one of the best Zergs in the world. That was a very nice comeback there by Ryung, I agree. That's what makes him one of the world's best TVT players. He does not lose this matchup easily. It's incredible what he can do sometimes. Ryung is one of those players who you can study on his decision making, on his understanding, on his plans. He's someone who's not a... He's not like a Dark, which is an enigma at his race, right? It doesn't make sense. You can study him as much as you want, but it just does not make sense because decisions sometimes are random. Ryung is kind of the polar opposite. He's like the most systematic player you can find. And every step has a foundation. Everything is planned with him, which is really cool. So far, both players are going for the double gas opening here with a quick factory. And only a little bit of scouting going on. Well, we do have Reapers here. Yeah, Ryung likes to be a little bit defensive with this Reaper, scouting with an SCV. And I like this. So you're committing to a little bit of an earlier scout, which means you do have less information. Because he did pull the SCV back, of course. It's actually going to make the command center. And it does give you a safe scout, though. And it does give you the opportunity to keep your army units at home and ambush your opponent's scout. There we go. Beautifully done. Gonna assassinate the first Reaper here. And now Epic needs to be defensive. He cannot go in and poke with this Reaper. He cannot try to out-micro the 2 versus 2. Lovely decision here by Ryung. Those can one-shoot Marauders, yeah. That's like Speed Prism Archon with the Ghost Drop. It's a little bit more like the Speed Prism Storm Drop, if you remember those. That's basically the same idea with the Speed Medivac, or a Boost Medivac Ghost Drop. Oh, this is interesting. We do have a Banshee here from Ryung, so he's gonna be offensive with a Banshee and no cloak, it seems. Let's see where his next 100 gas go into. That's when we're gonna know. He does have 3-3 now saturated. He's gonna go with a third gas geyser here in a second, and seems we do not get cloak. 100 gas are there, no cloak here. Okay, there we go. He's making a tank. Which is, I want to say 125 gas? I'm not sure. I know the Brute War number's better than the SC2 numbers for some reason. Even though probably at this point I played more StarCraft 2 than Brute War. I guess it's just what your brain remembers, right? The tank is hardwired to, what, 150 and 100 for me. I think it's a little bit different, right? 150 and 125 or something? I don't know. Is it 100? I can't remember. Dark is a spiritual successor to JD. Oh, I like this comparison, actually. So yeah, Dark is a very decisive player. He has a lot of things that don't make sense, but he executes them so well that it does work. Oh, losing this Banshee because he's gonna be under pressure here is a little bit of a peril for Ryung. He's gonna pull this back. Okay, well done by him here. Not gonna lose that one. Keep it for later. Took a ton of damage though. He's gonna lose an add-on, which is not the end of the world right now. The tank is already in production. It's almost gonna be out here. We do have one Raven who's gonna wait for the interference matrix. This is still some ways off actually. Gonna lift the barracks, sorry, the factory, and gonna lose the reactor. You don't want to lose the reactor. This is an expected loss there. And nice push here from Epic. Where is the Banshee? So the Banshee is coming back right now, and Ryung decides like, screw it, we're just gonna go it. I don't want to lose the reactor, but can he actually save it? 10, 5, 2. Oh no, he didn't. Sorry, there's the Banshee. Having a little bit of a hard time looking at the minimap right now. I need to fix my setup. So the Banshee did survive, it did come back, did kill like 3 SCVs I want to say. Have a look there in a second. Well, 4 SCVs did die. Maybe the 6 kills us a 4th SCV as well. And no economy for Ryung did die, but in the end, since he was not making constant SCVs, and Epic did got up in the department here. But again, we do have... Wow! Epic is kind of going crazy at trying to snipe the tank there with a very brutal approach. Dropping on top of the tank, but did not get the thing he was looking for. Reaper's trying to scout the backyard here. See if he can find the gold base. So he's stuck right now. He cannot go out anymore. Those 2 Reapers do prevent him from going back. He knows this, and Ryung knows this. So this is like a Ryung move. He knows this. He knows that you know. So he is already going to the next step. He already moved out with these 2 Reapers. Maybe a tiny bit too fast because they're gonna get caught by this tank. There's also a Banshee going at the backyard here. Epic. And is not gonna find anything though. Epic wanted to try take that base there apparently with the SCV. Just saw the Banshee, pulled it back in time, but now his base, he's not making it. He has 500 minerals. He's doing something else. He's not making the base. And this is gonna set him behind more and more. He needs to make it inside of his main base. There we go, finally. Gonna throw that one down. And we see 3rd base already landed, so Ryung is prioritizing economic game here. And Epic again, the army, and a little bit of a fast attack, I want to say. In the end though, if we look at the units, it's almost the same. In fact, tech units are a little bit higher here for Ryung. It's more about the marine count. And we do already have combat shields done here for Epic, but not yet for Ryung. So, as casters love to say this, we do have tanks. If they go into siege mode, yes, they will one-shot marines with 35 HP with a splash damage. One interference matrix is going up here on the tank for Ryung. Oh, Ryung actually gonna try to go with a counter kill. It's disabled 2, but is not in range of the second one. Oh, this one marine almost getting his tank friend killed there. Actually does, because if that splash did not hit, he might have the chance to unsiege and pick it up with a medevac before this tank on the top kills it. Reinforcements here trying to go to the 3rd base of Ryung are getting intercepted, and yeah, Epic's forces cannot find the mark there for now. Banshee, no, it's a Cyclone actually trying to fight at this gold base here, and this is 1-1 against only +1. This is a grossly overstimmed army here by Epic. He needs to be careful. Those tanks are not going to make the difference unsieged, and he's losing so much on this reinforcement rally. These Ravens going down to fights. Oh my god, can he get the last snipe? No, 2 HP. Oh wow, that was a quick save there on the Raven. Cyclone did manage to kill 5 SCVs here. That's a lot of damage for a mid-game Cyclone. That does not really do anything anymore at this stage. Usually, beautifully usage there by Ryung, and we can see the difference. 47 workers to 63. Army supply is about even. We do have 1-1 already finished for Ryung and only +1 damage here. for Epic. And oh my god, can he find this tank? He's gonna go for the mass repair, and it is gonna be enough. So now refocus on those SCVs. There we go. Ryung is gonna do the... No, he's just gonna pull out. Now, there we go. Gotta focus on the SCVs there. Man, that could have been an amazing pickup. So far, things are not going Epic's way. He's kind of falling behind in every regard here. 2-2 is gonna be started for Ryung. The other side... I wonder, do we actually have an armory? Oh my god, the Banshee comes in again. It's at 9 kills, 10 kills. Man, this guy is ramping up the kills. And Epic is gonna give up on this one. He's gonna try to make the damage with his army. This is gonna be a huge anti-armor missile into the middle of everything. And this could just be the winning move. Oh my god, the mule wall to prevent your opponent from running away. Oh, Ryung, man. Oh, this is why I love this guy. This is why you should love this guy. He made the wall of mules to prevent the retreat from the tanks. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, excuse me. I'm just so amazed.